Okay, number 34 says y equals the inverse cosine of x divided by the inverse sine of x. All right, so a high and low, right? Okay, so if our high is inverse cosine x, then d high, the derivative of the inverse cosine x, is negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. If our low is the inverse sine of x, then our d low is going to be 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay, so now what is that quotient rule? Well, the quotient rule is low b high minus high b low over low squared, right? So low was what? Inverse sine x. The derivative of the high was negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay, that's going to mean minus high. What was high? High was inverse cosine x. Sorry, I didn't make my thing big enough. Inverse cosine x d low, which is 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. And this is all over low squared, which is inverse sine x squared. So this will be inverse sine x squared. And, you know, I don't know. How are we going to clean that up? You might notice that there's a common denominator in the numerator of square root of 1 minus x squared. So we can write this as negative inverse sine x minus inverse cosine x all over the square root of 1 minus x squared. That's all divided by the inverse sine of x quantity squared. So you can put this denominator up here, you know, because you can put that over 1 and flip it, and you'll see that they get to live together, those two denominators. Very scandalous. They get to live together. All right, so we get negative inverse sine x minus inverse cosine x over this guy, inverse sine x squared, onto this guy, 1 minus. Okay, now don't do anything crazy like cancel those inverse signs. You can't do that because you have a subtraction right here. But anyway, there you go. That's fun.